Happy Friday. Uh, I'm wanting to make sure that you know what's happening on our Chalice campus and online this coming Sunday. It's Easter, and so after the service, there's an Easter egg hunt on campus. Starting at 11:30, those of you who are in person can go into the Blue Room where we have installed new technology for having multi-platform meetings, hybrid meetings. So there's a 360-degree camera. And so the Blue Room will be connected to our online coffee hour. So you can say hi and greet those folks and check out what that looks like on screen when there are people in the Blue Room. And you can see what it looks like on the Zoom screen, and the Zoom people can see what it's like to see people in the room in the Blue Room. And then starting at noon on the courtyard, our Chalice musicians, Stuart Holmes and Sarah Shepard, will be performing and singing, and so we're looking forward to that. I again want to encourage you to come. So, of course, I never want to push too hard. What we're doing, what any of us chooses to do, where we go, that's up to you and part of your risk assessment for your own health and safety. And within that framework and that understanding, I want to encourage you to consider coming to campus. You don't need to attend in-person worship, which does still require a reservation. We need to be spaced in the chapel in order to sing together, but you don't need to have been in the chapel for worship. You can come to coffee hour afterwards. You can come for the whole time. You can come for 10 minutes. You can come for the thing you're interested in, whether it's the music or the Easter egg hunt. There will be, like last week, the mini labyrinth to walk if you haven't had a chance to do that, with a gift to receive at the center. And there will also be, for refreshments, coffee, but also some special Easter sweets and goodies for all of us. And then, of course, for those of you who are staying at home, you can log on to the online coffee hour, and we're trying to make as much of what's happening in person available to you online as well. So I hope that we'll be streaming the Easter egg hunt so you can enjoy the fun of seeing the kids looking for that. Again, we'll have the Blue Room interaction at 11:30, and then at noon we'll be streaming the music from the courtyard into the coffee hours. You don't have to go anywhere different or do anything different. The reason I'm emphasizing this so much, and the reason that we've planned, these are pledge drive activities, but they echo the spirit booster gatherings we've been having, right? I'm just hearing so much from people that when they do come out and get back onto campus, how healing it feels, how nourishing it feels, even for people who consider themselves introverts, people who didn't think they were that hungry to be around other people or to have those interactions, that there's just something about being around people that the pandemic is teaching us, has taught us, continues to teach us, that we're still learning from. I think especially, there's lots of things to come and see and do, but especially if you're feeling like nervous or uncomfortable, keep in mind, of course, being outside is considered to be a pretty safe activity. Masks are optional on the courtyard, which means you can keep your mask on if you feel uncomfortable or uncertain. And I think coming at noon for our musicians on the courtyard and sort of, having that a little bit of cafe feeling might be especially delightful. I know many of you may have other family obligations for Easter, but many of you don't. So we wanted to make as much fun available as possible on our campus this Sunday. And so another one of the reasons that I'm really emphasizing this. So there's both the intangible, it feels healing, it feels nourishing. There's a lot of quantifiable things we know about social isolation. Social isolation correlates with higher risk of heart disease and stroke, with depression and anxiety, and is also correlates with increased chances of dementia. So it's really good for our mental health and well-being for us to be out and connecting with other people. So I encourage you again, if you're someone who's been at Chalice for a while, to think of someone you haven't seen, haven't been together with in person, phone them up and find out if they're coming. Set a time that you can both be there together to check in with each other, give each other a hug. Great to touch base with people. And I also encourage you when you're on campus to look around and introduce yourself to someone you don't know. So we always have new people at Chalice, and our newer folks may not have someone to phone up and invite to come. So let's make sure we're making new connections as well as honoring and enjoying those connections we've had for a longer time. So yeah, it should be a really fun Sunday. Oh, I also want to emphasize about the Easter egg hunt. For those of us who don't have children, young children in our lives, I mean, I have grandnieces and grandnephews, but not little ones I see even every week. Chalice is where I see little ones every week. And, the energy, the uplift that we feel being around, that sort of innocent energy of children is so great. And so if you haven't had that in your life for a while, make an effort to be there at 11. The Easter egg hunt happens fast. So get there and, go over into the garden area and enjoy watching the kids for a few minutes and let that feed and nourish your spirit as well. So much we can do to nourish ourselves emotionally and spiritually, which is exactly why Chalice is here. So I very much hope to see you on Sunday. Blessings and love to each of you. I hope you're doing well.